Welcome to the Temple of She podcast, a virtual overflow of our ceremonial spaces. This is a sacred and slightly wild space where we gather to nourish and share all things sisterhood, womanhood, and beyond, guided by magic, curiosity, and laughter. Our personal medicine, the healing power of the voice, deep listening, and truth spoken from the heart. Your hosts, Grace Lightlooper and Beth Cycle Witch, are here to hold the waters, stir the cauldron, and keep this ceremony moving through sound and story. So take a breath, soften into the flow, and welcome to our temple. Well, that's not going to work on the audio as well as it does on the video.
No.
But
For those listening, Grace just launched herself over the side of the sofa a la parkour.
Parkour! Oh, how did I forget the parkour? And the reason is because, again, we've got new microphones
Yay!
lent to us by one of our dear sisters.
Oh, can we say her name? She'd love that.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Hannah! Oh, I love that. Oh, Hannah.
Hannah,
Thank
you
Hannah.
superstar. She has lent us some DJI mini mics, which clip onto our clothing. And we basically, so we could do parkour through the podcast.
Yeah, I might even get up and do a little jig.
Please do. Please do. There's space behind the sofa to jig and yeah. Okay, this might just become more of an exclusive, like video kind of a podcast eventually. But yeah, we're here and we've got these. I just feel so free. It's quite cool, isn't it? Quite cool, like.
Yeah, it's nice not to just be like sat there, like, am I close enough to the mic? Am I close enough to the mic?
Those big phallic mics in our face. Now look how open we are. No, I love a microphone. You know I love a microphone. But...
Yeah, and the microphone loves you, darling.
Doesn't it? So, do you know what's weird? This feels like the longest gap between podcasts for me, but it's the same amount that we normally do.
Yeah, I think it's just, it's been one of those weeks of absolutely loads and loads of stuff.
Loads and loads of stuff.
So it's kind of, we've done the thing where we've stretched time to fit all the stuff in, even though the time in this normal world hasn't stretched.
Funny you say that, actually, because I had a conversation yesterday. I was with Connor and 2 of our friends, and we were like, what's your superpower that you'd have? And Connor's was to stop time. And I was like, technically, out of all of the people that like want to have a superpower, yours is the most like achievable because you can actually, to some degree, stop and bend time rather than I'm not going to be able to just jump out the window and fly. I don't believe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a problem. I don't believe it. But,
you may need to go in deeper on that at some point in a
quantum
podcast.
Physics.
Yeah. I'm very kind of like, yes, to an extent, but then also, I dubbed one of my friends Time Bender because I just could not get my head around how that woman could do so much and still do so much more. And I actually drew a picture of her with a big time cape wrapped around her.
I want to know this person. That's cool.
It's Charlotte.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, I do think some people just have the capability of somehow manipulating time.
Well, there is a truth to that. Like, because I was watching a channeling recently, one of my favourite channelers who, funnily enough, me and Hannah are both obsessed with this channeler.
Oh, is it?
Bashar.
Yeah, I'm doing the hand thing.
Good day to you. That's the...
Oh, is that?
That's the,
I don't know. I've never looked.
Oh, flipping love his stuff. He was explaining, or his channel, the beings that he channels were explaining about how when you're in flow, when you're in absolute flow state, like, you know this, like painting and creating, he was explaining it in such a cool way. You don't age in those moments. Like, your physiology, your biology stops, like, aging and moving when you're in like absolute flow state.
Wow.
So he's like adamant, as he explains in his way or their way, that you physically stop time when you are in those spaces. That's why when you come out of those spaces, you've got so much done, and you feel like 5 minutes has passed, but actually 10 hours has passed. And they say that's because in your actual reality, only 5 minutes has passed.
Wow.
And so, I like, that's always just really exciting me, that concept.
Oh, okay. We need to go in deeper on that at some point.
At some point. Rein it in, Grace, rein it in. That's as far as I know of quantum physics. Yeah, we'll get someone on for that.
Yeah.
Get someone on.
Tell it. Please, listeners, tell us what you think of that.
Tell us about your time bending skills.
Yeah, we'd love to hear how that shows itself in your lives.
Yes,
that'd be really nice.
So back to today's topic, which we have not yet mentioned, and we are 5 minutes in, is
integration.
Integration.
I did not get the memo for that.
No, sorry. I was like, she's going to read my mind. It's going to be fine. No.
I can do it sometimes. Sometimes really can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Integration.
Oh, I really like that actually, because actually I think you do need to have a lot of grace with your integration, both physically and also
metaphorically.
Yeah.
Spiritually, energetically. Yeah. Yeah, we've been having some really good discussions, haven't we, about integration and like what that actually means. And you had a really cool revelation.
I did.
The other day.
Yeah.
That you messaged. Would you like to share that?
Yeah, I'm happy to share that. Basically, I got to thinking about the pressure for integration in regards to ceremonies and working in those, and how, you know, often there's a couple of weeks and then there's like an integration call or a check-in. And we talk a lot about, you know, post-ceremony integration, because, you know, you could have ceremony after ceremony after ceremony, but unless you actually work to integrate what you've learnt and make tangible change in your life, why are you doing it? Yeah. And I kind of got to thinking about how much pressure we put on ourselves to kind of be at that really good point and like have lots to share when we have that check-in and that call back as a group. And for some, they're already well on their path. And for others, it's a slower process. And it just kind of hit me that actually that first period of time after being in ceremony is, I think, there's too much focus on integration for that first little bit. It's going to happen. It will happen. It happens to everybody. Right. But there needs to be this lovely focus more on like insight time, because it takes a while for insights to drop in and understanding and like, that's why that happened for me, or that's why that happened for them, and then that had an effect on me. And, you know, we need to honour the insight time instead of trying to just skip straight into integration. Because I think for me personally, there was a feeling like I had to have done it before that point.
Okay, right.
Whereas like I've reframed it in my head to like the first few weeks after ceremony are insight time, or focused on insight time. Doesn't mean integration isn't happening, but then after that, shifting slightly less the focus from insight and more into integration. They both overlap. Everybody has their own timelines. But it really just, I was like, why am I putting pressure on this when I could be just allowing things to present themselves as they want to present? And that is so refreshing, and especially in stepping into the roles that I'm stepping into, it's made me feel like I have a much clearer language to be able to support others in understanding that.
Yeah.
I feel like my first ceremonies, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the importance. I didn't even really look up what integration means. I was just like, oh, I did that thing, and I guess I just carry on. Whereas I think there's so much to be said in the power of having somebody holding space who is really, really clearly explaining, even when you think everybody knows it, that, you know, these are the things that we ideally want to focus on and make space for and have grace within that. And I felt confused around it, and now I feel like I have clarity, which means that I know that I'm going to be able to hold others through that in a lot more ease. So yeah, there we go. That was my
your insight.
My insight.
Insight.
My insight, exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like how you're explaining it is actually that I'm hoping the mic's not picking up my rumbly tummy here. It might. It's part of me, isn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds like how you're explaining it is kind of like there's this phase of like this passive receiving feminine space first, and then the integration of how you're describing it is more like this kind of like, right now I take some kind of action, like I put this into practice. So it's like that kind of yin and yang after.
Yeah. As life unfolds,
Yeah.
you know, let's get really, really clear about this, because I don't want to be like talking around it or like mystifying everybody with like, but what are you actually talking about? If you have a ceremony
or like a big healing in general.
Any big
exactly. Kind of shift.
Any kind of shift where you go in and you really sit with your any core wounds or anything that needs to come forward from you and be heard and listened and re-loved. And even if it's not even about wounds, even if it's about just empowering within yourself, it may take time for something to come up that challenges that within you.
Yeah.
You know, if your core wound is, I take on too much of others' stuff, you know, I'm taking it on, I'm holding it as my own, and I need to stop doing that, because what's actually coming up in me is resentment of anybody else putting their stuff on me when actually I'm inviting it in. If you allow that insight to come to you within a healing and in the weeks afterwards, at some point you are going to be triggered with that.
Yeah.
And this is where the integration fully solidifies, is in how you react to those triggers. If somebody starts asking what you feel might be too much for you to handle, that's your time. That's your time to go, right, okay, this is the trigger for that specific healing, and this is the integration. I can't help you with that right now. Is there anyone else you can ask? Or even just a downright no, because no is a full sentence.
I like that.
But it's that in those moments that our integration becomes solid and integrated.
Integrated, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that, isn't it? Like,
and that can happen for years after an event.
God, yeah. Like a particular ceremony I was in, like 5-ish years ago, like 2 years was when I finally integrated that experience. That was intense. Yeah.
And this is the thing, the universe does this wonderful thing whereby if you're asking for things to change but you're not doing the thing to change it, they'll just keep giving you chances.
Those mirrors will keep on coming.
Keep on coming.
I like to think of, like, when I think of integration, I always picture kind of like a soul retrieval situation where there's literally pieces of you that have been scattered or like fractured off somewhere else that isn't this present moment, this me present moment right now. And that integration, I always kind of visualize it as like these pieces are coming back to me. These lost parts of me are like, I'm getting them back. But then obviously when we get them back, they're going to feel relatively new and relatively like different from how I've been operating. So it's like learning this new part. It's like when we're met with normally the trigger that we've just healed, we've just reloved, and we're met with that trigger again. It's like, all right, which part of us are we going to respond or react with? Are we going to react with that old part of us that is so familiar that we've reacted from for years and years and years? Or are we going to like test drive this like new part that we've integrated? And it takes a lot sometimes to really see that new part, to really like, you know, test driving being the analogy, to really like see that new vehicle, to like get in, to like turn on the engine, to like see how it works and like familiarize yourself with it. And like, and sometimes you might be a bit heavy on the accelerator. Sometimes you might, you know, swerve it a little bit and hit the curb because you're not used to it yet. That new, shiny, powerful part of you.
It's also learning the bite point of like how much do I need to put my pressure on this to allow it to pull me forward.
Yeah, I like that visualization. And I feel, I don't know whether it's a collective thing at this time, but I'm certainly feeling like there are a lot of parts, a lot of pieces of me that are like coming online, that are like powerful, and also then the old parts say, but if you're powerful, then you're bossy, or you're what was the word I used earlier? Patronizing. Patronizing. That is a word that the old parts of me like to use to try and protect me from being bossy or patronizing. So I'm feeling these powerful parts like coming back to me. Like they feel very much like they're coming back, like they're waking back up. And then these old parts are just like, you sure? Wait, you sure you want to say that? Because people might think that you're patronizing. People might think that you're bossy. People might think that you're this, that, and the other. And it's really like trying to, because sometimes it's not easy to see what part's speaking.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
I find it really interesting as well, like just to go into that very specific thing of patronization. So I want you to think back to times where you have felt patronized. They are probably living in your childhood and your teenager.
So many, yeah.
Okay. And there were probably many different situations where you either A, were actually being patronized, or B, took somebody trying to help and direct you as patronization, because when we're young, we love to think we know everything. And then come to now, Grace, how often do you feel patronized?
How often do I feel patronized?
Yeah.
That's interesting, because unless I'm missing something, I don't feel like I feel patronized. It's very rare that I experience that now, whereas I used to a lot.
And this is something that I've learned personally in my journey, is as we grow older, as we let the child and the teenager fall back a little bit, we re-emerge into the understanding that we don't know everything, and everybody has something we can learn from. And so if you are at a point in your life where you are feeling like it's a very rare occurrence that anybody attempts to patronize you, and even if they were consciously attempting to patronize you, that probably would be more of a laughable situation than a true trigger anymore. I know you currently, Grace, to be somebody who goes, "Oh, tell me more. I've never understood that before. Please tell me more." And so we need to flip that and understand that your experience is also others' experiences. So if you're worried about being patronizing, think about how often you felt patronized by somebody who genuinely knows what they're doing and what they're talking about. Does that make sense? It can kind of remove us from the fear that we're doing that to somebody.
Yeah, it's interesting because I didn't really realize how I don't feel patronized by others much. Maybe a little bit here and there, but generally it's not something that triggers me too much, which helps me to understand that, like, I'm thirsty for knowledge from people, so I can only assume that others would be. But yeah, I still, like, there's still some like murky stuff there, like, for sure, but it's helped me to reframe that a little bit.
Yeah. There'll always be murky stuff at the end of the day. We're doing this on a podcast.
Yeah, we are. We're not going to go
going fully
into the Zoom session that we did the other day. Fully in. Interesting.
Yeah, it's always, I freaking love reframing. It's such a powerful force for peace within me.
Yeah.
I always feel like when I'm in great discomfort, I've got to sit with it. I've got to listen to the parts of me that are upset and hurt and screaming. And then that's time for me to step back and be like, right, there's a deeper level of knowledge here that's got a bit more abstraction than these like very feeling based things. And once I've gone through the feelings and I've managed to step back, that's when I go, okay, reframed. I understand this now.
Yeah, it's always fascinating to see how we both process stuff, because you process, like, I can't remember the phrase you just used, but like reframing it, like the story, like reframing the story.
Yeah.
Whereas my processes will always be like emotional, and like that is how then I would, like, naturally, as a byproduct of going into that, like, really like deep into that emotional layer, then my stories will reframe themselves without trying.
Yeah. So, I've learned that it's something that you can't try. You cannot try for it.
Yeah.
Because you can be really upset by somebody and be like, I'm really hurt and upset by them, but they're just lashing out because they're having a hard time. That doesn't actually get rid of or heal the core feeling. You have to do the feeling side of it. First, you have to acknowledge that. And then when that's done, that's when the reframing emerges. And it's the same process as you. It's just sometimes I'm like, right, how can I do this?
Yeah, it is the same process, but and I don't know what it is yet, there's a slight difference in the, it's the same outcome with the same process, but there's a bit at the start where something slightly different, like a different angle, but I don't know what it is. But it's interesting to me to pick that apart one day.
Oh yeah, let's explore that at some point. Yes. I love how different yet similar we are.
I know, and it really excites me how when we work side by side, because, like we were speaking about the other day, like, I feel like I've got I freaking know I have got such a deep understanding of the emotional layer and the energetic layer of the being, and I know that you've got such deep understanding of the mental layer, and this is why we complement each other so much. And be interesting to see. I know we're going to be working with people, really like combining those two skills, just how efficient healing can be.
Oh yeah,
when we combine that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I think we've seen it.
I mean, we have.
It's just exciting to see how much further we can go.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's that desire and passion that I have for the work that we do, because it's exciting. It's just really exciting, like seeing how far we've come now and where that can take us and how many people we can assist.
Yes.
And be there for. That's really where my passion is now, is like really holding and supporting others and creating the spaces. And
let's go in deeper on it. Let's what is it exactly that we want to do for people? Because at the end of the day, we're both very service-led people. We want to help.
We do. And every single time we've said what we want, it has dropped straight in. Wow, there's no tomorrow. I think my desire is to hold and support women, definitely women, just to take it back to my lineage, my feminine lineage, the mother line. That is what is calling me the most, is to heal those wounds of being silenced, those wounds of being attacked, abused, manipulated, all of that sits so deeply within me. I've seen things that are just horrendous. I've felt things that are horrific and heart-wrenching. And so that is my foundation for being so ready to hold women through those processes of feeling safe in the body, feeling safe in this lifetime, to be seen, be heard, be in her power, to remember her magic. So the theme, I think, for me is seeing women rise and being whatever catalyst I can for that to happen. Yeah.
So may it be.
And it's done. What about you?
For me, it's very much about I want to support women in their journey towards full embodiment of all that they can bring forward. I know through experience that so much of that comes from safe community. That doesn't mean no triggers, that doesn't mean no conflict. It is learning that we can move through those things in a safe way, where we are not pitted against each other, and just absolute understanding of, together we are stronger. So much of where I feel my work lies is just in being a person that women feel safe around, to be able to bring those parts forwards. I've seen it happen so many times with so many different people, where when you come at somebody with no judgment, with celebration for those moments where they light up in a way that they previously kept themselves small, that is so powerful. And I've felt it for myself. And I've seen the impact that has when we consciously hold that space for others. It is that, for me, is where the true magic is. I'd love to, like, at the moment, so much of the work is with women, but I really want to be very, very clear as well for within myself that I feel that I have the space for the feminine in almost anybody. I'm really conscious of the fact that I want to work towards being some kind of help or catalyst for healing in not just women, in anybody. But I have, as you know, a very dear part of my heart there for the LGBT community.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, hit me up if you need any help. Oh dear. But yeah. Oh, it's really difficult to like really get so firm on it and not get distracted by like, these are the things I don't want to do.
But I like this as well, and I want to do this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had this thought on the way here actually about what the Temple of She is, and I kind of realised and thought about the times when I felt so desperately lonely, especially as a woman, like so fucking lonely, and all over Instagram it'd be sisterhood, find your sisterhood, find your tribe, find your this, and all of these videos of like women thriving and being together. And every time I saw it, it would like just rip me apart. It would be the most painful thing to watch, because I was like, where the fuck am I supposed to find it? Where the fuck am I supposed to find fucking sisterhood? Like, how you can't just find it? Like, how do you do that? And that was really, really, really painful. And I'm really conscious I don't want our content to be that. And so I had this thought on the way here today of, I'm doing this with you because I want to create these spaces. I want to make them available to all women for that reason. Like, you know, we've got a couple of spaces that we're running at the moment for free, you know, singing spaces. And I've got some other ideas I want to say to you. I'm supposed to say it for the podcast, but really a cool, another free, really cool offering that we can do for women.
Fantastic.
And obviously we've got the other offerings that are really, really deep dives. And I'm so dedicated to creating those spaces because of the feeling of being left out. You know, that bloody being the kid at school, feeling left out, being, you know, all of that stuff is one of the most like heart-wrenching, painful feelings. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that now.
Yeah.
And I'm so devoted to creating these spaces with you, whether that's on here, on the podcast, you know, send us a message if you're feeling lonely. It's as simple as that. And we mean it. We're not just saying it to sound fancy. You know, we're creating these spaces. We've got more ideas coming in. We need to just connect with each other and keep holding each other and supporting each other as best we can.
And, you know, that's why we put ourselves out there, right? And expose ourselves to the internet, because we become the walking permission slips of this is what you can have when you open yourself up to it.
Yeah, when you trust,
When you trust that you are worthy of a connection which is going to be supportive, and you're going to be seen and is repair rich. And that's, you know, for bringing it back to the patriarchy again.
Here comes the big P dropping in.
But it's very much that, you know, we've reached a point where women no longer live in communities. They live in singular houses. They don't know the woman who lives across the street. They don't see the woman down the road while they're going to do the laundry or to the baker's anymore. We're so divided, and that is not how humans are supposed to function. Women especially, but that is not how communities work.
No.
And I wish I could remember some of the statistics, but from my time working within a charity whose biggest goal was mental health support through community. It is shocking how ill people get when they are isolated.
Yeah.
And, you know, isolation isn't about just not seeing anybody for a week. Isolation is seeing possibly hundreds of people every week in your work, in the shop. Hiya, how you doing? Yeah, I'm great, thanks. Okay, see you soon. That is still isolation.
Utter disconnect, isn't it?
Yeah. To be strong in community, you must feel like you are accepted for exactly who you are, that you are, there is a space for any of your gifts, any of your fears and worries to come forward and be held.
Yeah.
And for you to become that permission slip for others as well. It's just, it's how we function as human beings. We are not on a genetic level designed to live alone.
No.
And in isolation from others.
And I just want to touch on what you said about how it's amazing how unwell people become when they're isolated. And then I just want to flip that, and it's it's amazing how healing and medicinal it is to just meet in circle, share food, tell some jokes, sing some songs, cry some tears. It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
I'd love to actually share with our lovely listeners very quickly. So we've got a singing circle coming up, but I'd love to just share what happens at our singing circle. Let's go through the last one.
Okay.
So
last one we did it back to front, didn't we? Because we were running over time.
Yeah. So
well, that's
we
part
were
of
all
it, isn't it?
hanging out. We were in your living room. Everybody was finding a little comfy space, being like, "Oh, how's that going with you?" and catching up a little bit. We were waiting for some of the ladies to come. We all bought some food with us, so nobody felt that night that they had to cook a full meal. It was just bring something.
Just bring something. Just bring something to eat and share and nibble and. Yep.
And we decided we were going to eat before singing because we were waiting for some of the ladies to arrive. A dear sister asked, can we say a blessing before we eat? And so we really honoured her ask of that and waited and encouraged a beautiful prayer for our food and thanks and appreciation. We had a baby there.
We did have a baby there.
Who we were all very happily entertaining. The next one we'll have my little one as well.
Not so little one.
Not so little one. 10 going on 16.
Yeah.
One of the ladies did a really fun impression of Patrick Swayze across the middle of the floor.
You know who you are if you're listening.
Yeah, you do. That was epic. We were laughing, joking.
Bust out the oracle cards.
Yeah, loads of oracle cards.
It's such an informal, just hanging out kind of a way. Not like a, there's a place for honouring for sure. But it was my intention, and it is my intention for these spaces to just be first and foremost, we're hanging out as friends.
Yes.
Because I think that is at the core of all of this.
Definitely. And it's really lovely because even though there's a lot of women who all have some crossover in how they know each other, we've definitely had people come along who have never met each other before as well.
Yeah.
And it's so it's really funny because everyone kind of comes in, they're like, oh, it's really nice here.
Yeah, just relaxing.
And then once we'd eaten, we all sang.
Yeah, sang some songs.
You lead us into this really lovely, intuitive sound. But several other people shared songs and taught songs, and nobody has an expectation to be an amazing singer or stand up and perform. I think I had a little shimmy dance on the way back from the bathroom once.
Yeah.
And then there was a really lovely bit where we went round and sang each other's names at the end of the last one.
Oh my gosh, one of my favourite things I've learned in some of the spaces I've been in recently is that singing your name
Yeah.
back to you. And it is really fascinating because, like, I'll talk about this on another podcast at some point. But yeah, the resonance from everyone's voices that are singing back to that person mirror that person's core frequency. So that's like everyone's name kind of sounds different, and it's
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And so we were all invited to receive that, but there was no expectation to have to. One of our lovely sisters really, like, that really touched her, and she
Yeah.
shed some tears, and but it wasn't like, oh my god, are you all right? It's just like, hey,
Like,
it's okay,
yeah,
we
it's all
got you.
welcome.
We know that
the
that
score.
can, yeah. And we sing, and then we kind of pack up and wash up and head back home again.
Yeah, ready for the next one.
But the feeling when I leave that space, and it's not to do with being in your space or your living room, it's the feeling of leaving the space of community.
Yeah.
I walk out on absolute cloud 9. My partner feels the same. We always leave with the biggest grins on our faces, feeling so
And then we're
nourished.
like voice noting each other the whole way home because it was like, that was so good, babe. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just buzzing, really.
Yeah.
It's like really just high vibe buzzing kind of feeling.
And that is what true community is.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
It's, you know, we can be very sacred, and we can be very serious in our lives, and we can work with medicine, and, or, you know, but that for me is the true medicine, the community that brings.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How are we doing for time, babe? I can
think-
see your eyes going.
I think that was literally when you said it was 40 minutes, like on the dot.
There we go.
On the frickin' dot. Okay.
Well, so long for now. Don't forget to send us messages of how you bend time.
Oh yeah, how do you bend time?
And yeah, reach out to us. Find out, you know, whether there's anything that you're able to come to, but also, you know, if you're further afield, is there a way that you can seek community where you are?
Sorry, Beth. Yeah, alternatively, you know, if you've got any suggestions, if you're wondering about, like, we could facilitate something in your space, or we could arrange. We're open to suggestion. Basically, we're two very, very highly creative beings. So we're always getting our juices flowing, aren't we?
Tell us what you want.
What do you want?
What do you
want?
We want you.
Wait, so this works on audio as well. What do you want? What do you want? Say it and it shall be.
I see the goddess in you.
Okay, love you all very much.
The goddess in you. I see the goddess in me.
As I see the goddess in me.